What's up everyone, welcome back to Next Pitch Live. If you're new here, I cover everything about sports live streaming, GameChanger, Mevo, Starlink setups, and all the gear that helps parents and coaches bring the game to everyone who can't make it to the field. And today, I'm featuring one of my favorite pieces of gear, the Eclipse Mount. Now, before I ever started using my full multicam setup, which is my go-to for most games, I actually bought an Eclipse Mount myself and used it with my cell phone to stream on GameChanger. And even though I mainly run a multi-camera setup now, there are still times when I use a single cell phone, maybe for a quick scrimmage or when I want a lighter setup. That's when I switch back to using the Eclipse Mount. It's just quick, reliable, and it gets the job done. Now, the Eclipse Mount you'll see in this video, this is my personal tried and tested one. It's been through a ton of games and a few tournaments, and yeah, it's a little bit banged up at this point from some foul balls, but it still works perfectly. And that's what I love about it. It's durable, it lasts, and it just keeps doing its job. Now, setup is super easy, and that's one of the reasons I like this mount so much. The first thing I always do is I attach the mount to the fence. Now, I make sure it's sitting flat and snug against the chain links, then I tighten it down until it feels nice and solid. You don't want any wobble. Now, once it's secure, then I slide my phone in. The grip on the Eclipse Mount is strong, so your phone isn't going anywhere once it's locked in. I'll usually give it a quick shake just to make sure it's steady, and even in windy conditions, it stays right where I want it. Next, I adjust my angle a bit. I like to tilt it slightly downward so I get a full shot of the batter's box at infield, and I usually position it just to the right of the home plate umpire so he's not blocking the entire view. It's a nice clean shot where you can see everything from the pitcher's release to a play at first. Now, once that's set, I plug in my cables, one for the fan and one for charging. And at that point, I'm ready to start the stream. Now, to power the built-in cooling fan, I toss a power bank in a mesh bag and clip it right to the fence. That same power bank also keeps my phone charged during the game. I just run one cable to the fan and one to the phone, and I'm set for the entire stream. Now, the fan makes a huge difference, especially during those hot Texas tournaments when phones love to overheat. I've also found a couple of small habits that really help, like turning the screen brightness all the way down and closing out any apps you're not using. Little things like that keep your phone cooler and focused on streaming instead of wasting extra power and heat. Now, the story behind Eclipse Mount is something every softball and baseball parent can relate to. It started with some zip ties. In early 2023, their founder's daughter joined the softball team, and her coach was streaming games using a phone zip tied to the fence. After a few tournaments, he realized there has to be a better way. So he started designing his own mount on a 3D printer. Now, more than 30 design tweaks later, the original Eclipse Mount was born. But he didn't stop there. After testing, he saw how common overheating was, so he created the cooler mount with a built-in fan. Then, after feedback from parents and streamers, Eclipse expanded into mounts for GoPro and Mevo cameras too. From a single zip tie to a full product lineup, it's a great example of real-world innovation from people who understand what we deal with every weekend. And that's what I love about Eclipse Mount. It's built by parents, coaches, and streamers who get it. It's tough, easy to use, and designed for the long, hot, dusty tournament days we all know too well. Now, I've used this exact mount for plenty of games, and it's been rock solid every time. Once it's clipped, it doesn't budge. The shot stays steady, and with the fan and power bank setup, I don't worry about overheating or battery life at all. Alright, now for the fun part, the giveaway. Now, I've got an extra Eclipse Mount they sent me to give away to one of you, and it comes in this pretty cool, nifty little drawstring bag. And pretty easy to enter. Here's how to enter. Make sure you're subscribed to Next Pitch Live, and comment the word Eclipse down below. And that's it. You'll be entered to win, and I'll randomly select one lucky viewer in about a few weeks or so. A big thanks to Eclipse Mount for partnering with me on this video and for supporting the sports streaming community. If you want to check them out or pick one up for yourself, I'll drop the link in the description below. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the giveaway results and more live streaming tips and gear reviews. Thanks for watching Next Pitch Live, and I'll see you out on the field.